Hey guys, it's Vanity, Ezel back on Carpet Vanguard, Ezel and the Vanity weekly review. So if you guys enjoyed, don't like, comment, subscribe, and sorry. And this is the last Ezel and the Vanity of the year because tomorrow is going to be New Year's Eve, and the day this is presumably going up, we're already having the stream for the January 31st, or not January 31st, December 31st, actually happening right now is the time of recording this, but I'm waiting for the reveals to go up. So I'm going to go ahead and get the first half of the Ezel and Vanity out of the way. So I have a lot of videos to record and edit within the next 2 days, so yeah, hopefully this gets done really fast. First, let's go over Marius score Memoran. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, continuous rear guard. During turn for Vanguards are grade 3 or greater. All the units are saying combat as they get 5,000 power for the turn. That is really good, because that is a free 5k to whatever is either directly in front of it or directly behind it. The second you hit grade 3, regardless of what your Vanguard's name is, regardless of what your opponent's playing, regardless of their grade, meaning in any multi-attack based deck in Leader Come Monastero, and there are a lot of them, automatically Memoran is a really good grade 1. Like, at the, maybe not like competitively very valuable, maybe like a 2 of tech, but honestly, in my opinion, in budget builds, the easy 4 of. She'll allow for a beatdown like hell, so good card. Then we have Steam Fighter Nabadine, grade 2 instead of 5k shield, 10k base. This card looks like it's walking straight out of an anime, and look at him, like he's walking with power, like he's legitimately walking out of an anime. Anyways, auto and pistol rear guard circle from the hand, soul charge, 1 line opponent's Vanguard, grade 3, grade is 5,000 power. So where we have one that's really good, we have one that's 50-50. I mean, free soul charge, free 5k if the opponent's Vanguards are grade 3 or greater, but there's not much more to say about it. I'm not going to say it's a horrible grade 2. I'm not going to say it's an amazing grade 2 either, so 1 to 2 if you really want to go for it for budget reasons. Then we have our new Astroa cards. Yeah, there are a handful of decks that I like to say Bushy has where like they will consistently give them support, like Astroa, where after it's revealed, like regardless of its anime relevance, it's going to get support like every set or every other set with at least 3 cards or at least 2 cards that are actually pretty good, and that typically hints at the fact that they're going to get an evolution, hence this one. So we have the evolution of Baiko Masquez apparently today, or I call it technically the pre-evolution because it doesn't require the mask. You get my point. Anyways, Twilight Mage Ilya, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, beautiful crescent moon in the background, and that is literally the only reason I run her in my deck. Honestly, though, she is cute, though. That's the other reason I run her in my deck. Auto place on rear guard circle. If you have a Vanguard element just on the card name, you get a trigger from your drop zone to soul. So cool. Re-trigger to soul, which is great, not a mandatory soul charge either, so if your opponent has a deck that, such like a Mon from V-Series, where it increases power by the cards in your soul as in the opponent's soul, or say for example, your opponent is going to get a benefit out of you soul charge, you don't have to soul charge if you don't want to, but it's a free soul charge that allows you to get any trigger into soul as long as your Vanguard's Amethyst-Star, and if you're running the entire Amethyst-Star line, there you go. Then auto background rearguard circle, once per turn, when your unit in the same column as it stands by a card ability, soul blast one of your Vanguard's Amethyst-Star in order to stay in this unit. Cool, it can recycle some extra soul blast, part of that you probably have in soul, not to mention the fact that she can stand herself, so pretty good all-around booster, gets you a free trigger to soul, and is always pretty much going to be a free restander, so 3 of, I don't want to say go too far with the 4 of, but really good grade 1. That takes us to Octree Chimera, grade 3 29%, 13k base, nice pale moon in the background, auto placed on rear guard circle, yeet a hand card to soul if your Vanguards are grade 3 or greater Estreo, and this unit gets 5,000 power for the turn, and you get to draw a card. So 18k plays for the turn is placed, you get a free hand card, and you get a free soul card. Originally, I wasn't too hyped about this card, because kind of just a 1-for-1, and most 1-for-1s I really like, but when they're grade 3s in a deck that you already run a lot of grade 3s in, I'm kind of 50-50, and then its second skill made me think otherwise. Continues rear guard or guard circle, if you have a total of 1 or more cards, your binds other either Estreo or a critical trigger, this unit gets 10k shield. Then if you have 3 or more total, it gets intercept. So the new Baiko ends up helping out with having not just criticals in bind zone, but Astro A's as well, so therefore you have more bind targets. Granted, some of your thresholds are increased, but now you have easier ways to hit those thresholds because you have 2 different, or technically a total of 12 different cards you could possibly be looking for in a deck, which is perfect. But again, making this a 10k shield just by having 1 is great, and then also getting intercept once you have 3 is also good, and you get your free soul card and a free hand cards by being placed, so it's a solid 2 of them in my opinion, no more than that. That then takes us to the card I honestly thought was going to be really cool when it was revealed that we were going to get this, and I am really glad I was right, because this, in my opinion, is the perfect upgrade. Dual Majestar Astroa equals Baiko Stellar. I know that's not how you're supposed to say any of that. I do not give a damn because it sounds really cool in my head. First up, beautiful green Celespear. I love how it's still Baiko, but it's Baiko without the mask. So like this is kind of what she would have been like without it. And then also love, I know this isn't the moon, but love like this little starry background. Amazing. Mwah, magnifico. Anyways, 2 different skills, technically 4.5. Auto Vanguard at the start of your main phase. If you do not ride this turn, ditch a hand card, choose a copy of this from your bind zone, ride it as stand if you rode, activate Persona Ride. So Again, you want to be able to bind multiple Estrios into the bind zone, so this card being able to soul charge the cards you draw, then bind those copies of Estreo by Costellar into the bind zone, then on your next turn you can Persona Ride, and then basically you could keep repeating that process because you can just keep binding the ones that you just rode from. AKA, your draws of this turn into Ride Deck discard fodder, which turns into fuel for this, which turns into a free Persona Ride. So, pretty busted ability. And then Auto Vanguard, when this unit attacks into a Vanguard, Counter Blast 1 and Soul Blast 3, so the exact same cost as Baiko. Bind all cards that were Soul Blaster for this cost that either have Astraeo in the card name or a critical trigger, and perform all the following based on the total number of cards that are either Astraeo or a critical in your bind zone. One or more, choose an opponent's rearguard, murder it, and your entire farmer gets 5k for the turn. So it keeps the Baiko and Unica skill of killing a rearguard, but now instead of Baiko, who can give 5k stacks on top of 2 units, including itself, and Unica's possible way to 5k stack the same unit, this one doesn't stack the 5k, but it gives it 5k to the entire front row, which is pretty solid. Following that 3 or more, it gets a critical and a drive for the battle, so again, keeps both the critical and drive pressure for just having 3 or more, so pretty much you're losing nothing here. This is almost the exact same effect of both of them have, but then 5 or more, choose a rearguard stand it. So downside is you don't get the first one stand guaranteed. You can turbo it out in this deck if you go second and you run extra Sparta in the ride deck or in the main deck. Do you need to do it? No, because that's really high rolling. It only works if you go second, but you're most likely going to get that free restand the second you hit turn 4, where you're going to Persona and probably hit for game. You get a critical and a drive regardless because you will always have those 3 either criticals in soul or throws in soul, plus the, really good grade 1 who searches them out. I forgot what it's called. Bifrons, I think, and then again, free 5k to front row and a kill of opponent's rear guard. Baiko Stellar, amazing grade 3 in terms of art, amazing grade 3 in terms of skill. Bushy did an amazing job of upgrading this card, and God, I can't wait for this to come out in real life, so 4 out for me. Then we have Blaze Maiden Art Ball. How badly I wish there was logical space in Nirvana and just Nirvana decks in general, because I really want to run this card because she looks so beautiful and her skill is mwah, but I cannot run her because of spacing. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto placed on rearguard, circle from the hand, energy blast 3 to check the top 7 for either 1 grade 3 with Nirvana, so don't try to run this in Mahar because it's not going to fetch Mahar, 1 talisman card, so literally every single card with Overdress and Trickstar in Trick Moon. So you can run this in Babsonga if you wanted to. Do I recommend it? No, but you can if you want. And then auto rearguard once per turn when it boosts, choose one of your units in the cross overdress state or the overdress state, give 5,000 power for the turn. Can give the unit a boost, can give anything else on your board. I really love this top 7 ability. I think it's what Nirvana wants for just filtering. The only way this could have been better is we could also search a Prayer Dragon, but hey, then they'd be doing too much. And this 5k skill is really balanced out. I really wish Nirvana did not have a space issue because this would be the easiest 4 of my life just off of looks alone. I love this grade 1. That's all I'm going to say. 4 of Arpo, even if it's illogical as hell. On to our final reveals, which are honestly pretty good doozies. First up, we have news of more Skyride decks. So for those of you fans of the Skyride manga, here we go. We have an upgraded version of the Zero start deck that will feature 3 new cards and 17 reprints. Then we have the Shiki start deck that will feature 9 new cards and 11 reprints. For those of you that don't know what the Skyride thing is, just think of Regalia and then you more or less have what Skyride's about. Both come with their respective nation over, then each come with a different Regalia's piece. Each will get a reprint in that nation, and then the boss will have 1 triple rare, and there will be 2 other random cards along with a triple rare Regalia's piece that can come as a triple rare in their respective trial decks. Honestly, pretty cool. Based off the colors, we obviously know Regalia is going to be Dragon Empire, so this might be Stoic Chaos, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Stoic Chaos deck, aka Shiki's deck, looks like. Moving on, we have our new gimmick card, which I find very interesting because it brings back shield tickets, which is fun because shield tickets, in my opinion, signified the beginning of D, since quick shields were the first orders ever printed, and that technically became D, which was an order-based format, or you know what I mean, like the format where orders actually became relevant. So we have Drag Ritter Quazoka, grade 2 and 5k shield, 10k base. All of the cards, as we will see in about 5 minutes, will have the running theme of having a rainbow in the background. So auto and placed on rearguard, circle from the hand, other than by a unit card's ability, or discard from the hand while riding from the ride deck. Choose a card with a Persona Ride from your deck and you reveal it, or ride deck and reveal it. If you either revealed a card from the ride deck or your Vanguard's a Persona Ride, Soul Boss want to put a Persona Shield ticket into your hand. So cool, it's a free, we'll get to what that is in a second. And then auto rearguard when it attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, it gets 5,000 power for the battle. Cool, it gets you a shield ticket, which is nice, and only costs 1 Soul Boss to do it. It's a 15k swing once your opponent hits grade 3. Honestly, not a bad grade 2. I do find these cards very interesting text because all of them will have the exact same ability. But hey, you know what? Pretty cool art design. I like how they're all themed around rainbows, which is pretty nice. So, you know, solid 3 if you choose to run it in your deck, because I mean, again, free shield ticket. If you're wondering what that shield ticket does, we have a Persona shield ticket. Grade 0 Blitz Order. This is a ticket card. It cannot be put into your main deck. Choose a unit being attacked, and it gets 10,000 power for that battle. And you can play up to 2 Blitz Orders until end of your turn. And then if your opponent's crest zone has a card other than the energy generator in it, gets 5,000 power with it. So essentially, if your opponent ends up flipping, let's say they play Chrono Jet, just because Chrono Jet's the deck that's on my mind for some reason. If they're playing Chrono Jet and you play this against Chrono Jet, automatically your unit is going to get 15,000 power, because not only are you getting 10k from just the ticket being the ticket, but you're also getting 5k from having a crest other than the energy generator. Then continuous hand during your turn when you discard a card or item from the ride deck, or choose a card to discard from your hand by card abilities. Let's say, for example, Nirvana or Overlord. This card cannot be chosen or discarded, which in its own right sucks and doesn't, because I mean, like, if your opponent's trying to make you lose cards via their own ability, I mean, granted, that's not going to bypass this as specifically your card abilities, but if that was the case, if you want to try to keep this in hand, go, you don't have to worry about losing it. On the downside, this means everything else is a discard fodder, so not really fully ideal, but hey, it's not a bad idea. I do like the shield token a lot. I also really like the color scheme here, so I'm willing to give it a chance. My only issue is I don't know why this card's like part of the main set. What in my opinion it should have been a box topper, so that way we're not taking away cards from the main set, because also it's a common, or actually no, just as a T. But the point, there's a chance that honestly might just be flipped anyways. And you know what I mean, it should have been a promo. But either way, it's a nice card, so I'm willing to give it the chance. And then we have one for each nation. So we have Dragwood Quetzalcoatl for Dragon Empire, Call of Omniscient Ravios for Dark States, Wonderful Ragnarok for Brankgate, Keter Sanctuary has Sage of Heavenly Rainbow Luvion, which reminds me of Clotennis. Then we have Stoicae with Sea Rainbow Dragon Orxfeo, and Lyric Monster with 7 Hues Bridge Lucio, which is the name of my friend. So you know what, I might pick that one up just for the sake of my friend. Either way though, that's it for this year's reviews. I cannot believe it, folks. We have been through a long year of Vanguard, and I have so many more videos to go edit and upload. So without further ado, I'm going to end this one here. I hope all of you enjoyed. Thank you for sticking out with me through this year, and I hope you all continue to stick out with me through the rest of it, and also going into 2025. So I'll see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us on Twitch, and I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to set up your Vanguards.